I'm back with another book review. This is Crown of Death by Keary Taylor. It is a continuation / spin-off of House of Royals. So if you haven't checked out that book series, go check it out because this will contain spoilers for that one, and also will contain spoilers for Garden of Thorns, Graves, and Snakes. So go read those or check them out or watch my videos before you watch this one, or else this will have a ton of spoilers and you will get all of the spoilers with this one. This is book 1 in the Crown of Death series. It is King Cyrus. Let me give you backstory on King Cyrus real quick. He is the vampire king. He is over all of the born vampires. He is the first vampire. He is Dracula of this world. So, but not necessarily Dracula, but you know what I mean. He's like Dracula, equivalent to Dracula. So basically what happened is he became a vampire. He forcibly turned his wife into a vampire. She forgave him, whatever. They had a son. That son died prematurely. That being said, these two have become vampires. They are the first vampires ever. They drink blood, you know, whatever. The son was born human. He ended up dying at around 18, and then he resurrected 4 days later as a vampire. He then wanted to flex his power and kind of take over the world. So he ended up having a bunch of offspring. I believe it was 7 sons and 12 daughters. There was a bloody war that broke out over the siblings, and those who survived and opposed the king were either killed or exiled, and they are not recognized as family. The 2 that stood with them, Malachi and Dorian, I think it was Malachi and Dorian, they were rewarded greatly, and their kids are called royals. The others that are not born from these royals are born. All of these have to die first and resurrect as a vampire to become a vampire. They can bite people, drain them of most of their blood, and turn them into bitten. That is when the vampire toxins take over their body and they do not have enough blood to, like, I guess, burn it out. That is a no-no, frowned upon, and illegal in the vampire community. Because King Cyrus found immortality, put him on himself, and forced his wife into immortality, he was cursed. They were both cursed. King Cyrus cannot die. Took a stake to the heart in the first series of House of Royals and lived. He cannot die. Whereas his wife, Seven, I think I'm saying that right, always dies. She always gets sick and dies. I say always because she gets reincarnated every so often, every few decades, and resurrects as someone else. At this point, this is number 8, if I remember correctly, and this is Logan. There's a vampire attack in the beginning. She witnesses it. Her friend is there with her. He is actually Wrath from the first original series in the Conrath estate. Oh, I need to break down the houses. So Malachi, Dorian, their kids are royals. They are over these houses across the world. I was gonna say universe, across the world. There are 3 in the United States and there are others elsewhere. I don't care about them because these are the ones that matter because we're in the US. There's one up in the north region. I don't know if it's New York, I can't remember, Pennsylvania or something, but it's around there. That's where the Garden of Thorns pretty much takes place. This is the House of Alloway with Charles. Charles is gone now, replaced by a whole system that they put in with Garden of Thorns. They are waiting for Elle's royal daughter to take that place whenever she's old enough. There is one in Las Vegas. That one is Valdez, the House of Valdez, if I remember correctly. It's in Las Vegas. And they're over that area, and there's another one in, I think it's Louisiana. That is Mississippi, I can't remember. It's in the south. It's down in my neck of the woods. Alright, so moving on. Logan is born around the House of Valdez. The House of Valdez actually finds her, and they're like, you look a lot like Olivia Conrad, who is the main character of the original series. She had a kid with a random guy and gave her up for adoption. Logan has not had an easy life and whatever, and there was an illusion in the first book series, The House of Royals, that we might get a series for the daughter because Cyrus is looking at all the royal-born daughters to see if it is Seven, his wife. Logan ends up being his wife, or at least it seems like it. It's alluded to it through the whole thing. Whatever. Am I giving away too many spoilers? I don't know. Anyway, we watch as she gets to know the world of vampires. It was really nice to get all of this information again because I haven't read House of Royals in a long time and I just finished Garden of Snakes. I was like, okay, I remember most of it. I'm glad we went back over it. Cyrus and Seven's story is known over the entire vampire community, basically most of it anyway, the main points. And so they're all like, we know what this is. King Cyrus comes. At first, he's like, all right, let me kill you. And she's like, wait, give me like a month to get to, so you can get to know me and whatever. And so they get to know each other. And we do see a little flecks of romance and stuff like that. She gets to see Cyrus as everyone else sees him. A monster. And insanely rigid and all that. He would make the houses go through games. I'm not talking about, let's play checkers. I'm talking about Hunger Games kind of games. Bloody. These books are super bloody, which I don't mind at all. Doesn't scare me. She ends up falling for him, and more things happen. I can't really give a lot away, but anyway, Cyrus is out of the castle, and therefore attempts will be made on his life to try and kill him, but he cannot be killed. Oh, that's his curse anyway, but, you know, they're still gonna try to kill him. Anyway, this book had me totally enraptured. I do believe that this will be my favorite series of Keary Taylor, taking over Branded's spot, which is insane because Branded is the first one I read and it's the first one that led me to all of these books. I love Logan. I love her attitude. I love her backstory. It feels so real. It doesn't feel forced. The romance and falling in love and all of that, it doesn't feel too fast. It's like, you know how I was talking about Neuro Nights, if you've seen those. It feels real. It feels deep. It feels like end all love. This what this feels like. It feels like that's what it's beginning to be, and I do appreciate that. So I really enjoyed this book. And if you like unique vampires and if you like vampire books and stuff, check out this whole series: House of Royals, Garden of Snakes, and then Crown of Death. Born Reckless is the next one after that, and I'll get to that eventually. But for now, go ahead and check these out. Crown of Death so far is looking up to be one of the best ones so far, and probably one of the best books I've read this year. So thanks for watching. The link in the description or in the description if you are interested in some vampire romance. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.